So I've been in this space for a very long period of time. In fact, now I've been doing content for almost 2 years. July 25th will be the date. I can't believe how much the channel has grown in that time. And guys, it's all because of you. I appreciate all the engagement, all the time you guys spend watching the videos. It's truly appreciated. And during this time, I've seen Shiba Inu actually evolve, which may seem weird to some people because Shiba Inu, as we know, is a decentralized asset. It's renowned smart contract, no admin keys, supply can only go one direction. So how has it really evolved? And what it has to do with is sentiment. So there are a lot of meme coins in the space, and frankly, many of them come and go. But Shib is one that has, in fact, created staying power. It has now made it through a bear market cycle, and it's talked about in a very different way than it was even just probably 6 months ago, 8 months ago, right? And why I say that is Shiba Inu at that point was a top 20 asset. It was actually 19th, on the verge of falling out. People talked still about Shiba Inu being a scam and falling to zero and going away and nobody's interested and blah, 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 right? But now we've climbed into this point where people are talking about, maybe Shiba Inu adds back a zero. Maybe it falls out of the top 10. Stuff that frankly is a completely different optic version of Shiba Inu than it was not that long ago, right? Shib has climbed to the point where it now sits as the 9th largest asset in all of crypto. Again, I don't count stables. I always have to mention that because I get a comment every video, people talking about that. People don't put money into stables to try to make money. So Shib sits as the 9th largest asset in all of crypto. And it's only talked about in the negative light as, hey, maybe it possibly slides out of the top 10. Maybe we add back a zero. I'd say that's pretty darn good. Now, some people will say, oh yeah, Shib has just grown with the market. Well, not really, because if that was the case, Shiba Inu would still currently sit down in this, 19th range, somewhere down there. But that's not what's happened. The community has grown. In fact, during this bear market cycle, many people don't realize that Shiba Inu added about 20% in terms of holders during time where crypto adoption, frankly, isn't that high, where you don't have large amounts of users flowing into the space. Shiba Inu gained ground. It made it successfully through a bear market cycle. In fact, until the Voyager selling in 2023, it was one of the very few assets. In fact, one of the top 20 ones, only Shiba Inu and Ethereum were the two that did not set a new cycle low. Shib has become one of the most resilient assets in all the space. And this is only going to be continuing to grow. Shib is only going to evolve further. Now, I like to talk about Shiba Inu in the same sentence and the same breath as Bitcoin. And the reason why is they're both assets that were launched as something else and have evolved into something different, right? Bitcoin was originally launched as peer-to-peer digital currency, and it's evolved into everything but that. Great store of value, institutional money, and countries around the world love Bitcoin, and they're accumulating it in a huge way. Now, I'm not saying Shiba Inu is on that point yet, right? But some of the fundamentals that Bitcoin has that benefit it greatly are there and present for Shiba Inu, right? Decentralized, big players don't have big control of it. And guess what? There's a benefit that Shiba Inu has that Bitcoin does not. Supply can only go down, right? With Bitcoin, you hope that the supply, even though it's increasing, you hope that the demand can outpace that supply that's entering the market. And it does slow down over time. I get it, right? With Shib, as demand increases, supply can only go down. All right. Hopefully people piece this together. Now, Shib can be mentioned in some of the other same ways as Bitcoin. It's massively accessible throughout the world. It's on like every single exchange. In fact, some of the most, we'll call it closed down exchanges, for example, Robinhood, that very much restricts what type of assets are listed on their platform. Shib is in this list. Utility-based assets, top 20 coins, right? Blue chips. That's what they kind of focus on. And Shib is in this list. So we're at this point where Shib has evolved and is now continuing to evolve. And that's even, beyond the point of some of these projects continuing to burn Shiba Inu further, or maybe the Shib ecosystem making Shib hyper deflationary. That's a whole nother discussion completely. Because if that does happen, I mean, Shib is the best asset in all of crypto. There's no discussion then at that point. And maybe we'll get back to that point, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about the fact that the Shib narrative has shifted and changed completely in a very short period of time. And it's been to the upside. It's been to the point of positivity, where again, Shib is becoming a premier blue chip crypto. It's now in discussions and mentions about it possibly being a top 5 asset in all of crypto. Really think about that. Now, obviously, this is not a guarantee. This is not financial advice. This is not to convince people to do anything. People can always do what they want. But as someone who has talked about Shiba Inu every single day here on the channel, as someone who talked about Shib before I even owned any, I frankly, guys, did not want anything to do with meme coins. Didn't necessarily think Shib was a scam, but it just wasn't my jam. But I saw what was taking place throughout the world. The optics, the direction, the possibility of big burns. All these things are things that played into my decision to believe in Shiba Inu long term. Even though there's new flashy, shiny toy objects popping up and doing well, get out. Even though there are new shiny, flashy toy objects that are popping up, I knew that would happen too. There is still this resilience for Shib. You're not seeing users just flock out of Shiba Inu at these insane rates or anything like that. What we're doing is we're setting these new floors. We're setting these new basically launch points for Shib. And what that means is when things get exciting and when new capital starts flowing again, we're poised to have some very exciting times. So I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below. Have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.